In today's video, we're going to be looking at Christopher Nkunku, Chelsea's new signing from RB Leipzig, and how he can transform Chelsea's attack, scoring goals, creating a lot of chances, and just how I believe he will be a pivotal signing for this Chelsea team under Mauricio Pochettino. So typically, Christopher Nkunku likes to operate in the shadow striker role, sort of centre attacking mid, just behind and off of a centre forward like this. So in Chelsea, especially under Pochettino, he's likely to play in a 4-2-3-1 where he sort of plays as the 10 just off of the number 9. This could be a multiple amount of strikers that Chelsea are either linked with or have already got at the club, and we'll get into that shortly. With RB Leipzig, they played a 4-2-2, and here's a few examples of how they played. So sometimes it was Nkunku and Timo Werner up front together, so it would look like a two strikers, but a lot of the time Nkunku would play off of the striker, so Werner, and in some instances Andre Silva. As you can see by his heat map though and his average positions, he usually finds himself as the most advanced player on the pitch, even if there is a centre forward on the pitch. This is because he's very good at finding space in behind the lines, very good at playing in the half spaces, and he's very good at playing off of and linking up play in behind. So if he has a striker to work with, he's very good at running in beyond them and making space for others. Here's an example of how the 4-2-2 would work for RB Leipzig, and Nkunku would sort of operate in either one of the left or right striker roles, but whoever was up there with him would make many runs to free up Nkunku and give him space. So sometimes if the striker would go in behind, more often Werner, Nkunku could then drop into the 10 position, get on the ball and allow him to create a bit more, get on the ball and find space for himself. Whereas if it was someone like Andre Silva, somebody who could drop in and be a bit more of a target man, win on some flicks, and allow Nkunku to run in behind and get closer towards goal where he's most dangerous. This season for RB Leipzig, Nkunku has scored 23 goals in 36 appearances and also provided 9 assists. And this is in an injury-ridden season for Nkunku, hence why he's only played 36 games. So in a full season, you can imagine how prolific he could be as that shadow striker for Chelsea. On screen now is Christopher Nkunku's scouting report on FB Ref. As you can see, it's just a sea of green. So many stats where he ranks in the top 90 percentile. Non-penalty goals. In the non-penalty XG, he's in the 85 percentile, nearly 0.5 a game. He gets off 3.1 shots per 90, which is something Chelsea really need, as maybe we get some shots off at times, but getting shots on target and finding high-value chances is something we struggle for, which Nkunku does not seem to struggle with, as he ranks very highly in expected assists per game and in shot-creating actions, making 4.28 shot-creating actions per 90, which could be huge for this Chelsea team in attack, as Chelsea have at times lacked a bit of creativity and nous in front of goal to find high-level chances that can be converted. So here's a concept of a team we could see for Chelsea next season. Ignore Fofana and Colwill, as I have literally just realised they're the wrong way around. But this is a sort of a concept team with somebody like Jackson. This could be anybody up front, but they will run in behind and sort of run into the channels. This is something that Jackson's very good at. Keep an eye out for a video that I'm going to be putting out soon about Nicholas Jackson, for all you guys that don't know much about him. But he's very good at running into the channels in behind, which will then free up Nkunku to have a lot of space in central areas, which, as I said, is where he is most prolific. He's very creative in those central areas, and he's a very good striker of a ball. So if he can be getting off shots and bring those 23 goals to Chelsea that he brought to Leipzig, that would be huge. So some key notes for Christopher Nkunku. Chelsea see him as a 3-in-1 attacking midfielder, centre-forward and winger option. This is something they like about Christopher Nkunku, is he's very versatile. I think this was Matt Law that reported this. He also adds a lot of much-needed goals and assists to the Chelsea team. If you look at our team last season and the lack of goals and lack of creativity, this is something that is very important that we have this year. The third key note, and this is something I've seen from a lot of people, especially Chelsea fans, is the worry that he could turn out like Werner. And this isn't a worry to me. I don't think he's going to flop in the same way. To be honest, I quite liked Werner. I think he offered something, but I understand why people think he was a flop. And Nkunku is not a worry in that sense. He's much more of a technician, very good on the ball, and Werner is a lot more about his blistering pace, and he was dangerous when he got in behind, whereas Nkunku can be dangerous from all areas of the pitch. And this leads me into my last point, which is how good Nkunku is at finding space and creating his own space. He creates a lot of space for others by making very clever runs and occupying clever areas where he draws defenders to him. He's also very good at creating his own space, using progressive carries and driving with the ball, taking players on. And he is very good at creating and being effective from these positions. So this is definitely one of the biggest assets of Nkunku. So what do you guys think of this signing for Chelsea? Like I said at the beginning, I think this is going to be a very transformative signing for the Chelsea attack. I think he's going to turn out to be one of the biggest signings we've made in attacking areas in the last 10 years. That might be a big shout, but I really think that he is a gem, and I think that he offers so much that we lack. And I believe that with his creativity in those central areas, his ability to also score goals, if we can have a centre attacking midfielder who can create chances on a consistent basis, strike up some really nice partnerships with the likes of Enzo, Mudryk, Madueke, whoever the striker is at the time, whether that's Jackson, whether that's someone else, and somebody who can score 20 goals from that position, maybe even 15. I think this is going to be an excellent signing for Chelsea, and I think this is one that everybody should be very, very excited for. So please do leave a like, subscribe, and tell me what you want to see next in the comment down below. And also give me any feedback, and please do like the channel, as it really does help me out. And as I said, any suggestions on what you want to see next. Nicholas Jackson video is coming out very, very soon, so keep an eye out for that if you don't know much about him. And that's all for today.